What up, people? This is your boy Vagabond here to give you my thoughts on The Walking Dead issue 116, titled All Out War. Now, this is the second issue of this arc, and I thought this was a very good issue, man. I really enjoyed it a lot. You know, the story progression is now coming alive, and Rick and his people, they made their first move. You know, Negan, he didn't oblige to the offer that Rick gave him. You know, he tried to use the who that motherfucker they called him? You know, the dude that's like, who was like in charge of the hilltop. You know, she tried to use him as leverage, but it didn't work out. And he kicked him to the side. You know, he didn't kill him. I think he called himself the senator or whatever. But I might be wrong. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. But you know who I'm talking about? That guy from last issue that he was trying to use as leverage. And it didn't work out. And the next thing you know, some of the snipers on Negan's side started shooting from their sniper positions and kill one of Rick's men. Nobody important now, but kill one of Rick's men. Then that's when shit starts to hit the fan. Rick and his people, Rick and the people and everything, they start hiding behind the bushes and they shooting out the snipers at the same time. But see, they came in there with a plan. Now, we thought that these people, at least from the start of it, that we thought they were going to go head on with Negan and his group. We thought they were going to go head on with Negan and his group, but it seems that Rick, you know, he devised a plan in order to keep everybody else safe and, you know, basically throw himself to the wolves, which is throw himself to Negan. Because, now I'm going to explain. Now, what happened was, while everybody was shooting, you know, you got Negan's group shooting at Rick's group, the snipers. What Rick and their group did, they started shooting at the windows. Shooting at the windows where all the snipers were. And they were causing a noise. Because what Rick wanted to do was attract all the zombies, or the walkers. You know, he wanted to attract all the walkers to Negan's compound. You know, and basically pin Negan and his group inside. And at the same, once they do all that, Rick was gonna drive a car into the gate that's that conceals the whole compound and everything. He was gonna drive it in, make a hole, bust a hole through the gate, knock down the gate, and basically have all those zombies come in and basically, you know, kill Negan. And that way, they won't lose any casualties, but at the same time, he will have to sacrifice himself. Now, he said that he knows Negan is not going to kill him, because all this shit right here is a game to him. Like, and you know, he just, for some odd reason, he won't kill Rick. Because it's like a game to him. He's playing games with him. And I believe that. That's true. We saw this shit where Negan, he had, I believe, two times where he had a chance to kill Rick, but didn't do it. He's more better off with seeing Rick suffer than actually, you know, killing him. And seeing Rick beg and shit like that, because he knows that Rick, you know, he has a big ego. And not a big ego, but you know, he knows that Rick is somebody that, you know, that has that's very, very, you know, high mighty right now, because everybody looks towards him. So that's what that was the whole plan. But see, the plan fucked up. Because Holly, you know, Abraham's girl, she fucking kicks Rick out of the car. And she decides to go drive it into the gate and shit. And, you know, it was not designed like that. So, now Rick, you know, he's back with the group. And the group's thinking that Rick went out there, like, sacrifice himself into making sure the whole plan went right. But Holly did it instead, and they're looking at Rick like, what the fuck happened? And Rick said, you know, the war has just begun. And then you see Holly, you know, she's getting out of the car and shit, and Negan's like, nah, nope, it's not gonna be that fucking easy. Like, you know, because it looked like the zombies were gonna eat her up, the walkers and shit were gonna eat her up or whatnot. And, you know, he kills one of the walkers and shit. So I'm guessing he's probably gonna torture her, maybe even use her as leverage again. And overall, man, like I said, this was a good issue. The story progression is now, the story progressed a lot in this chapter, well, in this issue, I mean, and I liked it. I give it a 9 out of 10. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment, like this video, subscribe, and I'll holler back at you.